The next module is based on successive differentiation. So I'm sharing my screen and closing the camera. Just see if it is visible to you or not. I hope it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we will be starting with the second module. Second module is based on differential calculus. It has 5 different segments in it. The first segment is successive differentiation and Leibniz theorem. All right. So to understand successive differentiation and higher order derivative, before I take up the actual module, I want you to just revise what you already know or you must have done in class 12th. And that was how do we keep on differentiating a particular function up to certain order. Like if you have, suppose you have y is equal to sine x. What will be y1? See, I hope you are familiar that you write y1 or you write d by dx or you write d. They all are notation for first derivative. If I write y2, then this is equivalent to d2 by dx square, which is equivalent to d2. And they all are actually operators. I hope you understand when I say operator. They are applied on a function. Is that okay? So when I say y1, actually I mean this. Okay? We can also write it as this. Is this fine? Because in different questions you will be using different notations. So you should have an acquaintance with the notations. All right. So if you are finding y1, what will you get? This is cos x.
Cos.
Right? If I have to find y2, minus sin x. If I have to find y3, again minus cos x. y4,
Sin
sin
x.
x, and so on. Right? That means if for sin x you have to get nth derivative, you can keep on differentiating and solve. This is called successive differentiation. You are differentiating or you are getting the differential coefficient of next term by differentiating the previous term. Like y1 is calculated on the basis of y, y2 is on the basis of y1, y3 on the basis of y2, and so on. Is it fine or not? Hmm?
Yes, ma'am.
Now suppose you have x to the power x. Find the derivative of x to the power x. What is the derivative? You have done this question in class 12th. If you have y is equal to x to the power x, whenever you are getting something, the variable in the power, what is the process? You take log.
1 plus log x.
You take log. So log y is x log x. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we can differentiate. Now differentiate. So it is 1 by y dy by dx is equal to x by x, that is 1 plus log x. So dy by dx is y into 1 plus log x. Yes or no? And you can write y as x to the power x into 1 plus log x. And this is your y1. So what you did, you differentiated the function by taking the log of it, and successively you have differentiated. I'll give you one more question. Suppose you have, this question is also from NCERT only, so you are familiar. if you have y is equal to, do you remember this? Miscellaneous of NCERT?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm repeating sequence.
Yes.
We can take
cos
root
प्लस
3x
y ले
plus
लेंगे तो
y.
उसके बाद उसे
Cos x
डिफरेंशिएट
plus
कर
y
देंगे.
under root.
Yes,
Okay.
so you can write it as
Root
root
cos
of cos x plus y.
and फिर स्क्वायर भेज के वो
फिर दोनों साइड
Yes,
डिफरेंशिएट कर
and
देंगे.
then you square it up, and then that will give you cos x plus y and differentiate.
ना
And in
माइनस
that case,
ना
कहाँ?
माइनस है.
Minus आएगा, correct. dy by dx is sin x upon 1 minus 2y. Minus sign incorporate कर लिया, shifted it this side, right? So this was also a kind of differentiation in which you are doing it in 2 steps. Now, suppose we take questions in parametric form and try to get successive. When you say successive, that means you have y or y1. I'm changing the color so that you can differentiate. That means you have y or y1 or y2, and you are looking for yn or yn plus 1 or yn plus 2 type of thing. This is called successive. Understood what successive is? And we represent it in many ways. You write it as yn, you write it as dny upon dxn, you write it as fnx. Now always remember this n is in the bracket to show the derivative. Okay, sometimes you write it as dnfx, sometimes you write it as fnx. All these are the notations. All right. So first I'll take a small question and then we will proceed to nth order. Suppose you have y is equal to, this is also the question of NCERT, I'm just taking for the revision purpose. Y is equal to a1 minus cos theta and x is equal to a theta minus sin theta. This was in differential equations. Find d2y by dx square at theta is equal to pi. I want you to solve this. Okay, I will explain you few things. First thing, when you have equation in parametric form, is this in parametric form? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You can understand it that x is some function of theta and y is also some other function. If I mark it as g1 and I mark it as g2, then y2 is also some function of theta, and you are interested in finding d2y by dx square. So first of all we need to find dy by dx, right? So dy by dx is dy by d theta upon dx by d theta. Yes or no? Ask if you have doubts. Sure. Now if you are interested in finding this is something very important. Whatever you will get, it will be something in theta or whatever. So now you want the second derivative. So see, it will be written like this, and I want you to understand this carefully. Or you can write it like this. This is the system that I want you to remember when you are taking the second derivative. Second derivative will not come from the second derivative of x and second derivative of y. You will differentiate what you have got as first derivative with respect to x, and then you change the variable like this. Is this concept understood? You have done it in class 12th. Nothing new.
हम लोग डायरेक्ट dy by dx को डिफरेंशिएट कर सकते हैं ना?
Not getting you. Please repeat.
मैम डायरेक्ट dy by dx को डिफरेंशिएट कर देंगे जब हम लोग उसे फाइंड कर लेंगे dy by d थीटा.
Yes, उसी को करेंगे. मतलब हम वापस यहाँ से नहीं आएंगे. This is something that you need to remember. The most common mistake in this that students do, as they do in first derivative, they differentiate and then divide, and what they do the second derivative and divide, which is not right. All right, so this is something I wanted you to understand and remember. Now let's try and solve this question. You have x is equal to a theta sine theta. So what is dx by d theta? What is dx by d theta? Please calculate and tell me. A is a constant, theta is 1 minus cos theta. And dy by d theta? A is a constant, sine theta. Right? So what is dy by dx for us?
Sin theta upon 1 minus cos theta.
Dy by dx is sine theta upon 1 minus cos theta. Okay. Now what will be d2y by dx square? This is d by d theta of sine theta upon 1 minus cos theta into d theta by dx. Now substitute it. So I'm writing it here. Let me put a star here. So I'm writing it here. d2y by dx square is equal to, now differentiate it with respect to theta, used quotient rule. So 1 minus cos theta into cos theta minus 1 minus cos theta, when you differentiate you will get sine theta, right? Into sine theta 1 minus cos theta square into d theta by dx. Dx by d theta is this, so just ulta of it. Sorry. 1 upon a into 1 minus cos theta. Is it accepted and understood or not? Is it okay or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody is able to understand this? You can ask right now, otherwise afterwards if you are forgetting it will create problem in your future questions. So if you have any kind of doubt, please ask just now.
Ma'am, can you explain, please? I joined late due to network issue.
This is very bad, beta. We have very less time. If I repeat the same thing, I won't be able to finish what is planned. What I can do is, when we take next question, I'll try and explain it further.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, let's simplify. What will you get here? Let's see. Let's see. You open this bracket. What will you get? You will get cos theta minus cos square theta minus sine square theta 1 minus cos theta whole square into 1 upon a into 1 minus cos theta. Please simplify. Cos square theta minus sine square theta will give you 1. So it is cos theta minus 1. So that will give you minus 1 upon a into 1 minus cos theta square. Please check. Now we are looking for this at what position? We are looking for this at theta is equal to pi. So substitute the value. 1 minus cos pi whole square. Cos pi is what is the value?
-1.
So it will give you 1 plus 1. So minus 1 by 4a. Understood how to go about it if it is a parametric equation?
Yes, ma'am.
So this was the background. Now we will go back to the original concept of finding the nth derivative. This was the revision of your class 12th. Let me clear this. And one more thing, see, the portions are that we have to take are uploaded lecture wise on LMS. Please read it before coming to the class so that you have clarity on what you have to ask or what are your doubts. See, it is a 4-credit course. Due to this online thing, it is reduced to 3 lectures per week. And it is expected that you will study before coming to the class. All right. So since we are aware everything is uploaded, always make it a point that you study before coming to the class so that you have an idea what we are going to do, and it will save our time practically. So for successive differentiation, I want you to write with me so that you can understand how we are solving. I hope you all are sitting with the notebook. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's see how we find yn. The first function that we are dealing with is ax plus b to the power m, where m is greater than n. Now what is our motive? Motive is to find nth derivative. In all the questions that we will be taking now onwards is to find nth derivative. Now this is the first function. So what is our y? Y is ax plus b to the power m, and you need to remember that your m is larger than n. Okay. So what is y1? We use chain rule. So I can write it as a m. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
What will be y2?
AM multiplied by m minus 1 multiplied by y raised to power.
So what will be y3? Are you able to find some sequence? If I have to
Yes,
write
ma'am.
yn, this is a to the power n, m, m minus 1, m minus 2 till m minus n minus 1, ax plus b to the power n minus n. Is this okay or not?
यानी m वाली जो सीरीज है इसे फैक्टोरियल्स के फॉर्म में भी तो लिख सकते हैं.
हाँ लिख सकते हैं अगर हमें ये पता हो कि m इंटीजर है.
Okay.
Otherwise we cannot. Okay.
Yes.
Till here, if it is okay, then I want to focus on the interpretations. Oh. Just a minute. Now see, suppose Rm is an integer. This is the general formula, okay? If m is an integer, see how we can write yn. What I am doing, I am multiplying it by m minus 1 till 1, dividing by the same as he was saying. I could not see the name who was saying.
M pass.
Parts. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you see this, what will it represent? This will represent
Factorial.
factorial m minus n. This is factorial m, starting from m, reaching till 1. So this is factorial m divided by factorial m minus n ax plus b to the power m minus n. Remember that this is the case when your m is an integer. Otherwise, we cannot write in this way. Is this accepted?
Yes, ma'am.
Now there are various cases related to it. Let me mark it this. Then we will take different cases. Now note down the types of things that we can gain from here. Case 1. If your m is equal to n, then what will be your yn? An c factorial n. That's all. Is it okay or not? If your m is equal to n, then yn will be an into factorial n. Accepted or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Now
Yes,
case
ma'am.
2. Case 2. Here, if, acha, let me make it in two ways. It has two parts. Suppose m is equal to n, then you will get this. If m is less than n, then what will be yn? If m is less than n, what will be yn? Anyone? Suppose your y is x cubed and you are looking for y4. What will be it? Array, it's not that big thing.
Ma'am,
X by
an dot n minus 1 factorial.
Nah. See, you people are not focusing. If y is x cubed, what will be y1? 3x square. y2, 6x.
Y4 will be 0, right?
Yes. You should not take this much time in telling me this. If you are dealing with an algebraic expression like this and your m is less than n, obviously it will give you next derivative as 0. So if m is less than n, yn should be 0. And remember this. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of, this is a polynomial. And if polynomial, you are differentiating the polynomial higher than its order or degree, then obviously the derivative will be 0. Next case, if m is equal to -1. If m is equal to -1, that means what kind of y you have? You have this kind of y, right? In that situation, yn is, just think what I'm doing it from the first answer that we have got, -1, -2, -n, a to the power n divided by ax plus b to the power n minus n plus 1, sorry. Just check. We can write it as yn is equal to -1 to the power n, a to the power n, factorial n, is it fine or not? चलो तो मैं सॉल्व करके दिखाता हूँ. Just see what we are doing. You have y is equal to ax plus b to the power -1. That's the meaning when you have m is equal to -1, right? So y1 is -1 ax plus b to the power -2. y2 is -1 -2 a squared ax plus b to the power -3. You are differentiating and see what you are getting. Till -n a to the power n ax plus b to the power -1 -n. See, when you have 2, it is 2 -1 -2. When you have 1, it is -1 -1. When you are doing it till n times, it is -1 -n. We can write it as -1 since n terms are there. 1 into 2 into 3 till n is factorial n, a to the power n, and when you shift it in the denominator, ax plus b to the power 1 plus n, and this is same as this. All right. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood how to go about it? So
Yes, ma'am.
the meaning of doing all this exercise is just to make you understand that if you remember the formula, fine. If you don't remember the formula, you can go using first principle. That means how we got it from the basic ax plus b to the power m. But if you remember the formula, it saves your time. That's all. Okay. There is a fourth possibility of this y. And what is that fourth possibility? The fourth possibility is this. If suppose your y is in log form, then when you do y1, it is 1 upon ax plus b into a. Is this fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Now if I am interested, you can write it as a upon ax plus b. Sorry. So you can write it as a into ax plus b to the power -1. Now we are interested in finding yn, and you already have y1. So how many times you have to differentiate it further to make it yn? Suppose you have first derivative and you are interested in finding third derivative. You are interested in finding this. How many times more you will differentiate this?
2 times.
2 times. So if you have yn and you want yn, how many more times you will
n
differentiate?
minus
n
1.
minus 1.
N minus 1 times. Remember this. If you have y2 and you want yn, how many times you will differentiate it? N minus 2 times. Got that? If you have y2, you will differentiate it n minus 2 times to get yn. If you have y1, you will differentiate it n minus 1 times to get yn. So if now I am interested in finding yn, I will differentiate ax plus b to the power minus 1 n minus 1 times. So what will be the output? Just check what output you will get. Minus 1, the formula is already written here. N minus 1 a to the power n minus 1 factorial n minus 1 into a, because 1a is already here, divided by ax plus b to the power n minus 1 plus 1. Is this understood or not? Please respond. Huh? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Hmm?
No, ma'am.
What you had, y1, this is your y1. You are looking for yn. So you have differentiated it n minus 1 times. When you differentiate ax plus b to the power minus 1 n times, this was the formula, right?
Yes.
Now you're differentiating it n minus 1 times, you just put n minus 1 here. So I have put n minus 1 here in this formula. And you have one extra a, which you got here. So that a is multiplied here. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Now just club it up. So you are getting this a to the power n factorial n minus 1 divided by ax plus b to the power n. So you can use the same formula to devise different aspects, different results. Is this okay? One formula is understood. What we did, we only take this and try to get all possible aspects of this. Okay? Now I am taking next function. Second function. These are the basic functions that we should know to find yn. The second function is y is equal to e to the power ax. Let's try and find out the nth derivative for this. If you have y is equal to e to the power ax, so what will be y1? A e to the power ax. Any doubt in this? What will be y2?
Power to EA plus.
Y3? Are you able to check the pattern?
Yes.
So if I write yn, I can write it like this.
Yes, ma'am.
Very easy.
Yes.
Now the third function. Third function, you take y is equal to a to the power x. Then what will be? What will be the derivative? Can I write it like this? E to the power x log a. Just think.
Yes, ma'am.
We can write it like this.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you can correlate this with this. Instead of a, you have log a. That's all. Can you figure it out? Here you have a. And here you have log a. right? So instead of a, you have log a. So if I write yn is equal to log a to the power n e to the power x log a, is it accepted?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody is comfortable in this?
Yes, ma'am.
So I can write it like this now, log a to the power n ax. Is this fine? Is this fine?
Ma'am, we have to do for log A also, na?
Log a is a variable or constant? Tell me that.
Constant.
Constant, it's will be. Okay, ma'am.
Got that? So this is your third formula. And actually it is derived directly from the second formula. Okay. Now next function that you should know is trigonometric function. Suppose you have y is equal to sine ax plus b. Okay. Now how to go about it? This is, let's try and figure it out. Now if you have y is equal to sine ax plus b, what will be y1?
A cos ax plus b.
Correct. Now can I write it like this?
साइन में कन्वर्ट कर लेंगे पाई बाय
हाँ,
2.
कोई दिक्कत?
नो.
So what will be y2? Do I write it like
A
this?
square. Yes, ma'am.
Can we? Same process. So if I continue this, I can write is it accepted or not? Hmm? ठीक है?
We have changed that cos into sine.
Yes, we did. To get the symmetry and remove the minus sign. We can do it or
इसमें एक
not?
मैम एक डाउट है इसमें, यहाँ पे
हाँ.
पाई बाई 2 को मल्टीप्लाई क्यों किया गया है 2 से, जो सेकंड डेरिवेटिव में किया था?
मल्टीप्लाई इसलिए किया है कि जब इसे डिफरेंशिएट करोगे तो फिर कॉस आएगा. लेट मी डू इट फॉर यू.
यस
y2 आएगा a square cos ax plus b plus pi by 2. So if I want to change it in sign, I have to add one pi by 2 in it. So pi by 2 plus pi by 2. That's why it is written as 2 pi by 2. When you do it third time, you will add one more pi by 2. So 3 pi by 2. So when you differentiate it n times, it is n pi by 2. Accepted or not? Hmm? Ask beta if there is any doubt. So I'm assuming you have understood this. If this is understood, then finding the derivative for cos is easy. If you have y is equal to cos ax plus b, then see how we are doing. So y1 is minus sine ax plus b into a. So I'm writing it minus a sine ax plus b. That can be written as a cos. Is it fine?
यस मैम.
So I continue directly and I can write it like this. Hmm?
यस मैम.
So these are easy formulas, not difficult to remember. There is one more formula I want you to understand. and that formula is, suppose you have y is equal to e to the power ax sine bx plus c. Okay, now let's try and understand and solve it. So if you find y1, it is a e to the power ax Is it okay? Now see what I am doing. Any doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
Now just change A and B using circular transformation or circular parameter. Like you write A is equal to R cos theta and B is equal to R sin theta, where R is root of A square plus B square and theta is tan inverse B by A. लिख सकते हैं ना?
Yes, ma'am.
So your y1 will be, you see, e to the power ax. This is cos A sin B sin A cos B. See, I'm taking out R. So cos theta sin bx plus c plus sin theta cos bx plus c. Is this fine? You can write it as e to the power ax r sin bx plus c plus theta. Any doubt, any problem in this? Which formula we have used? Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So we can write it where theta is this. This is the transformation or the substitution that we have used. Now find y2. y2 will be, from this basis we will be getting, see, e to the power ax r square sin bx plus c plus 2 theta. Are you able to correlate and comprehend? R will remain as it is. Now you are differentiating e to the power ax sin bx plus c plus theta. So you will get one more r and you will get one more theta here. This is the output. Accepted? See, when you have differentiated this, the first derivative has given you one r and one theta in it, right? Now, if you can write it like this, r e to the power ax sin bx plus c plus theta, right? Now, this part and this part is similar. Here in place of c, you have c plus theta, that's all. Now when you differentiate, as you have differentiated this, you will get one more r, you will get one more theta. You can differentiate and check. I want you to differentiate.
थीटा वाला समझ नहीं आ रहा है, बस आर वाला तो समझ आ गया कि थीटा कांस्टेंट ले लिया हम लोगों ने, तो फिर डिफरेंशिएट
थीटा
करने
तो
पे आर
कांस्टेंट
बाहर
ही है
है।
ना बेटा, देखो
यस मैम, तो
थीटा
फिर
कहाँ
2
से?
थीटा।
जब आपके पास bx plus c था तो एक थीटा ऐड हुआ ना डेरिवेटिव के बाद।
यस मैम।
तो जब आपके पास एक थीटा ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग है और आप इसे फिर से डिफरेंशिएट कर रहे हो तो एक और थीटा ऐड होगा ना।
अच्छा वो कांस्टेंट है तो वैसे ही निकल जाता है। मैम
हाँ
आगे समझो।
ठीक है, एक और आर आ जाएगा, एक और थीटा आ जाएगा। अगर हम इसका y3 लिखें तो देखो इट इज आर क्यूब साइन bx plus c plus 2 theta plus theta. So actually it is e to the power ax r cube sine 3 theta. Understood? Hmm?
Yes,
Ma'am, do
ma'am.
the differentiation once of r e to the power ax sin bx plus c plus theta.
Why don't you differentiate and show me? Please differentiate. And remember what is your variable? Your variable is x. Please differentiate. Never ever hesitate in trying. At the most you will be wrong. That's all. I'm doing it for you. You have this. Now differentiate. First I'm differentiating this. It will give me then I'm differentiating this. Now take out r and e to the power ax. There was one more r we had. So you are getting a sine. Just be careful what I'm writing. Now do the same substitution that we did in the previous part. This is r. Now what is coming out? 1r from this side. So you are getting r square e to the power ax cos theta sine cos a sine b sine a cos b. So that will give you sine bx plus c plus theta plus theta. So this is and if you check this is the same as this. This one. Are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood? Now I'm writing it for n. See carefully. So as you keep on differentiating, one more r and one more theta is being added. So if I have to write it for n, yn is r to the power n e to the power ax sine where understood? Hmm?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, when y is e to the power ax cos bx plus c, then yn is, I'm writing it directly, you can check, then yn is, I'm writing it here, sorry, yn is, now I'm not writing r in it, I'm writing it directly. A square plus b square to the power n by 2 into e to the power ax cos bx plus c plus n tan inverse b by a. Is it okay? This is same as r to the power n e to the power x cos bx plus c plus n theta. I hope you can understand. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you please solve the questions of assignment that is given in your assignment part, and post your attendance on this. I'm just taking the attendance. Give me 1 minute.
हम इसके असाइनमेंट्स कब सबमिट करने होंगे?